Hey friends, how's it going? So I decided to start this channel to talk about all things music, and I was like, okay, what's a good topic to get started on a YouTube channel about music? And so yeah, the topic for today is going to be the circle of fifths. The circle of fifths is this like almost like inexhaustible fountain of musical depth. It's so cool. There's so much things you can do with it, and you can learn so much just by staring at this circle with letters around it, and just you start seeing patterns and things. It's so neat once you understand it. Before we actually get started on understanding what the circle of fifths is, we got to take a step back, okay, and figure out what a musical interval is. Okay, so what a musical interval is super simple. It's just the distance between two notes. So you have one note, let's call it C, the note C, and then you have another note, we'll call it C sharp. Okay, this note right here, that's your C. This note right here, the closest note to it, that's what we call C sharp. These two notes are super close to each other. In fact, in Western music, that's as close as two notes can be to each other. And we measured that distance between the two of them as a semitone. We call that a semitone or a half step. So this note is two semitones apart. If you wanted three instead, you would go up to this note over here. A perfect fifth, it's an interval. It's an interval of two notes that are 7 semitones apart. 7 semitones. This is what we call a perfect fifth. The perfect fifth has a very distinct sound, so here are some examples of what it sounds like. Okay, so now that hopefully I did an okay job at explaining to you what an interval is, and two, what a perfect fifth is, right? Okay, so the circle of fifths is first a circle, okay? So think of an analog clock. We got 12 o'clock over here, we got 3 p.m. over here, 6, we got 9 over here. So we have 12 different locations for each hour, right? Well, in Western music, there are 12 notes that we use. If we look at this little piano right here, you can see that from this note right here to this note, there's 12 notes in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we have 12 notes, just like we have 12 hours in a half a day cycle. So that's very convenient, right? So now we go back to this idea of the clock. So let's remove the hours. At 12 o'clock, we have the note C, okay? Which is, in a piano, C is this one right here, right to the left of those two black keys right there. So what we're gonna do now that we understand what a perfect fifth is, so from C, we're gonna count up 7 semitones, or 7 half steps. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we land on this note right here. Well, that's the note G. Okay, so then we go back to our little clock here. At 1 p.m. we have G. That's it. And then we're gonna be filling out the entire circle using this method. Okay, so we go to the next one. I'm only going to do this for a couple of them, and then I'll just fill in the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 semitones up. We land on D. So D goes on 2 o'clock. All right? Trust me here. I'm just going to complete this. As you keep going around the circle, you're going to land on A, then E, then B. Here it gets really interesting, okay? This is what that thumbnail image is about. So we landed on B before. This is the last note we landed on. From B, we're going to move up 7 semitones, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we land on this note right here. 'Tis called an F sharp. F sharp. This is something that a lot of people don't really explain whenever I see a lot of this circle of fifths video. A little bit of a tangent, okay? A little F sharp tangent here, okay? F sharp is taking us out on a tangent. Hey, this is an ad. No, it's not. It's not. I don't have any sponsors. If you go to my website, linked in the description, you can contact me, and we can talk about setting up music lessons. I have about 34 students and a limited schedule, so I can't take on too many students. But I figure this is a new channel, so I probably won't get too many hits. So go in there and the website, use that contact form, reach me, and let's see if we can do something together. I think that'll be fun. If you are enjoying this video and you want to see more, you can donate to and buy me a coffee. I do need lots of that. I have an 8-month-old baby. and I definitely need lots of coffee. So, okay, let's continue with the video. You know how in English we have words that they sound the same, but they have different meanings? So we have a word like bold, bolder, right? Like, as in, I am a very bold man. You have to be bolder and face your fears, right? Something like that. Or there's boulder as in a very large rock. Right? So boulder and boulder, they sound the same, but they're spelled different and they have different meanings. Okay, those words are called homophones in English. In music, there's a similar concept, okay? The concept is enharmonic, and in this case, we're talking about enharmonic notes, okay? So let's go back to that F sharp. We name the keys after the first 7 letters of the alphabet, right? But we have 12 notes. 12 notes, but only 7 letters. That's what we use, different symbols, sharps and flats. All the Y keys, we just call them the letters of the alphabet. So if this is B right here, then this is A, and this is C, this is D, this is E, and this is F. When we move up a semitone, or a half step from F, we land on a black key. And we call that a sharp, okay? So we end up with the note F sharp. Now, after F, we have G. So the basic rule is when we go up a semitone, we create a sharp note, in this case F sharp, and when we move down a semitone, we create a flat note, we flatten it, and we end up with a G flat. In the end, just like with homophones, we have a key, a pitch, that sounds the same, yet it has 2 different names. F sharp, G flat. This is very important for helping us with the circle of fifths. Because we want it to be a circle, right? We want it to be a close, neatly presented circle that is easy to digest and that is a useful tool for music analysis, transposing, coming up with new chord progressions, whatever that you use circle of fifths for, which I'll go into a little bit about what some of the applications are, but I probably won't go too much in depth about it, at least not in this video. All right, let's come back from our tangent here. Go away. So we're agreed, okay? This F sharp can also be a G flat. This is what happens. This is where this spiral thing comes into place, okay? If we keep going from B to F sharp, right? That's a perfect fifth. And if we go from F sharp to the next perfect fifth above that, we will land on C sharp. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 semitones. So that would be our C sharp. If we do it again, we go to G sharp. We keep going, another 7 semitones up, we land at D sharp. Okay? A sharp, E sharp, but things get really weird here. Let's go to A sharp real quick. Let's go to A sharp. This is A, so this is A sharp right here. We're gonna go up 7 semitones from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're calling this E sharp, although normally this would be F. So just like F sharp and G flat are enharmonic, E sharp and F are also enharmonic. And this is where we end up with the problem that after E sharp, we would normally land on B sharp over here. And from B sharp, well, of course, go to F double sharp. Okay? F double sharp. And from F double sharp, we go to C double sharp. Which double sharp just means you go up 2 semitones from whatever the letter. And then we go to G double sharp, and D double sharp, and A double sharp, and E double sharp, B double sharp. And then I don't even know how to write this. F triple sharp. You just keep going on and on and on and on and on. So, we end up with a kind of a potential infinity. That's very cool, but it's not very useful in practice, at least not in music. I'm sure it has its practical uses, but as far as building an analytical tool like the circle of fifths, what we end up having to do is at this point, we're just going to flip everything into flats. So that instead of moving from F sharp to the next perfect fifth above that, we're going to go to G flat into the next perfect fifth above that. From G flat, right, aka F sharp, we move up 7 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We land on this thing called the D flat. So that would be this right here. And just trust me here, we're going to keep going. We're going to go to A flat, then E flat, then B flat. After B flat, which is this note right here, we count 7 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We land on F. Boom. Notice we're calling it F this time and not E sharp. F. The cool thing about landing on F is that if you're on F, if you move up 7 semitones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you land on C. That closes the circle perfectly and neatly so that it's presentable and digestible and useful. A lot of circle of fifths will include the enharmonics of these two as C sharp and C flat as well. One quick application of the circle of fifths, and then we'll wrap it up here. There's these things called key signatures in music. Hopefully you're aware of them. Let's just stick to treble clef for now. Oh man, that's a hideous treble clef. All right, that's a little bit better. That's not bad. Okay. So when there's no sharps or flats on your key signature, you have C major or A minor scale. Okay? These are called relative keys because they're cousins because they share the same notes. C has a relative minor called A minor. So we can put that under the C, and this is another version of what you end up seeing with the circle of fifths. If you see like one layer more in depth of the circle, there's all kinds of versions of it. You will see this outside note being the major and inside note being the minor relative. So we can add one of them sharp signs here. Boop, boop. Here we go, sharp. This note right here happens to be F on this line. We have E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Fifth line of the staff on the treble clef. So this means that every F that we encounter in the music, like, there's some music in here, boom, 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 boom. And then we got this, like that. That means that these two Fs are not this F right here. Rather, they are this F right here. Because we are given this sharp symbol. So whenever we encounter music that has that, it's telling us play the F sharp, not the F natural. As some of you might know, there's more key signatures. So when you have one sharp, that's called G. So hey, that's our G right there. One sharp. C has 0 sharps. G has 1 sharp. D is going to have 2 sharps. F sharp, you're going to carry over. And then the next one you're going to have is going to be the C sharp right there. So now we have the key of D, which has 2 sharps. The key of A is going to have 3 sharps. So you're going to carry over these two, F sharp, C sharp, and you're going to add one more, which is going to be G sharp. Okay, so now that's 3 sharps for the key of A. Now notice what they are. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, F, C, G, F, C, G. They're moving up in fifths. So the order of sharps is going up the circle of fifths starting on F. So if we keep building this, we're going to have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp. Keep going one more time, we got a B sharp. So here is the order of sharps. Is F, C, G, D, A, E, and B. The circle of fifths. What about flats? Well, flats is cool because it's just going to be the mirror image of these. Okay? So instead of starting with F, we're going to start with B. And we're going to have B, E, A, D, G, C, F. And this is your order of flats right here. So this is sharps, and this is going to be your flats. Oh, flats. The mirror image then, it's starting here and going backwards, right? B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, and F. It's on this side we have sharps. Then on the left we're going to have our flats. F is going to have 1 flat, B flat is going to have 2 flats, E flat is going to have 3 flats. Order of sharps goes clockwise. Order of flats goes counterclockwise. So that's one application, one place in which you see the circle of fifths at work is in the way that we understand and apply key signatures. It's this order of sharps and flats. You can use the circle of fifths for a bunch of other things. I use it to practice my scales. I use it when I'm improvising music on the guitar or the piano. Sometimes I use it for this if I need to transpose a key. It's actually pretty useful as well. When I write music and I come up with chord progressions, I use circle of fifths a lot. It's a super useful tool, no matter what you do, no matter where you're at on your development of music. It's always useful to have an understanding of what this is, how it works, and how it can benefit you as a musician. It can only make you a better musician. So I hope that this helps you. And yeah, again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, this is the first video. This is what you get, at least for now. Hopefully it will get better with time. But this is what you get for now, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn from it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.